Hey guys, what's up? Happy Friday. What's going on? Look at this nice rainy day. How do you get the respect of your team? And what's Friday a good day for? Well, I say that lead by example, right? And you know how you lead by example? You do the hard stuff. I'm just going to throw it out there. I think I'm going to give it all away today. You guys ready? Some of you may or may not know that. Let's start over. You must lead by example if you want your team to respect and follow you and do what you do. You cannot expect your team. I'm going to specifically talk about building a team today, okay? Now, what do you think the most lucrative way to build a sales team is? What do you guys think the most lucrative way, aside from online funnels, aside from the technology today? We're going to get into it because the most lucrative skill I have, aside from funnels, aside from technology, if I really want to get money now and get the right people now, well, it's changing with technology, I'll be honest with you. But I still need to do a training on this stuff because some of the technology is not necessarily duplicatable, but it is. So I guess that's kind of like as I grow and I roll out funnels, fine. It's hard to beat them. It's hard to beat them funnels. I'll be honest with you. And by the way, we'll keep an eye on me. Keep an eye on me. I'm about to invite you guys to a free training on that in the next. I'll probably do it later today. There you go. Keep an eye on my wall, y'all. Keep an eye on my wall, y'all. But I'm going to talk about cold calls today because I'm doing some today. Yes, I'm doing cold calls. Hello! I'm doing cold calls. Are you guys surprised? Come on in. I'm going to give you a little demo on how I close realtors. You guys want to hear that? You guys want to see how I close realtors? So, traditionally, this would work for a network marketing company, I suppose. Well, that's what I'm doing it for. But these strategies that I will not just tell you what they are, I'm going to actually demo exactly what I do because I'm doing it today and I'm recording them, y'all. I'm recording me doing my cold calls. I still do cold calls. I do them quite frequently for a couple of reasons. Number one, it keeps me sharp. Number two, it's still the most lucrative way if you really want to target a specific person. So for me, it would be event planners if I want to speak, or it would be people, it would be realtors. Hey, I'm just going to be honest here. If I'm building a team and I want to do it locally and I want to get the movers and shakers in this beautiful city of mine, I go for realtors, guys. I go for realtors. Here are the pros, here are the cons to going for realtors. The pros are they sell houses for a living. If they do not sell houses, they do not feed their children. There we go. That's number one. If you can get a realtor on your side, on your team, you're laughing. If you can get a dozen realtors on your team, you're a millionaire. There we go. I just said it. Yes. That's the pro. The con is they're extremely hard to close, especially on a cold call. These guys and gals are so seasoned, it's not even funny. They'll smell you coming from a mile away, and they will. So, am I able to close realtors? You're damn straight I am. Is it because I'm good looking? No. Is it because I got swag? No. They could smell that from a mile away. Is it because I know the skills? Yes. Because I know the skills. So, I'm going to demo it for you now. A couple of tips. Fridays are a fantastic day to do cold calls. Fantastic day. And I'm also going to, right now, before I forget to say this, there will come a point where you feel you don't have to do cold calls. I'm telling you right now, cold calls are by far the most lucrative skill, aside from funnels and IT. But still, there's still room for cold calls for so many reasons, on so many levels. It's so duplicatable for someone who's hungry. It's so duplicatable for people who are hungry in your organization. You give them the scripts. You're going to have to train them. You're going to have to walk them through these scripts because there's a lot of tonality involved, and they have to be pretty well word for word. And it's kind of like one of these Dungeons and Dragons books. If they say this, you got to go to that script. If they say that, you got to go to that script. And if they say anything else, you got to go to that script. So I'm going to give you guys a demo right now. How do I record realtors? How do I recruit realtors whenever? I'm going to recruit a couple today. I'm also going to record my failures because it's 1 out of 10 pretty much. No, not with me. Not with me. Not with me. Humble brag. So let me go through the script, and maybe you want to rewind this video, write it down. I don't know. But this is for the people who are who don't care and they want it. And the only way to nail this technique, I'm going to give a couple of shout outs because this is based on 3 things. This is based on mixed training I've got from certain trainers out there. And it's also based on probably, they're equally important. 2 trainers specific, 3 trainers, 4 trainers specifically. Mr. Todd Falcone, Mr. Eric Worry, Mr. Jordan Belfort, and Mr. Grant Cardone. So I've plucked out many of their strategies and mixed them up. And how do I know I have the perfect script right here for you today? Is because I've taken all of the parts from all of those people and I did them hundreds, thousands of times over the years until I have the perfect one. So, you guys ready? Here we go. If you're calling a realtor, first of all, you can find realtors online. It's a piece of cake. They list all their cell phones. We don't even need to go there. Get a little resourceful. Realtor.com, you can start there. So, you get yourself a list of realtors in your area. Now, here's how you open up that call. You cannot say the guy's name is John Smith. You cannot say, can I please speak to John Smith? Oh, they're going to eat you alive. They're going to eat you alive. You're getting the F-bomb. I'm not shaking. It's because this thing's loose. They're going to eat you alive. Like, it's not, don't even attempt that. Instead of me telling you what not to do, I'll tell you what to do. You go like this. You go, hey, John, Marc Lalonde, how's your Friday going, man? There you go. There you go. Cash. So here's what's going to go through his head when you do it that way. John, Marc Lalonde, how's your Friday going, man? What's going through his head is, do I know this person? Sometimes they'll drop you the F-bomb right away. Be prepared. What happens if they do that? You do one of these. Next. Next. Get used to doing that. You're going to have to do that. So, hey, John, Marc Lalonde, how's your Friday going? You want to say the day of the week? You want to say it like a question, exactly like I did it. Same tonality. Usually the response is something like this. Good. What can I do for you? So it's kind of like they're thinking. They're like, well, the day of the week actually throws them off a bit. The fact that you said both of your names and the fact that I say man or dude or I say man. I go, how's your Friday going, man? So then from there, they say good. And then you say, listen, John. You go, I was just adjusting this. Here's where you got to use tonality. You go, John, with a question mark. You go, John, I found you here on Google, listed as a realtor in the Ottawa area. I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds ridiculous, but the tonality matters. It's almost like you're asking it in a type of a question. And what you've done by doing that, I found you here on Google, listed as a realtor in the Ottawa area. What you've done is you've actually disarmed John. You've disarmed him. You took his guards and put him down. What do I mean by that? He thinks you're a customer now looking for a property. So you've gone from being a cold caller, possibly in his mind, to being a potential client of his. Now at this point, and you want the script in front of you. I know it by heart, but I still have the script in front of me. And at this point, this is where you need to get your posture. This is where you need to talk this whole sentence through, regardless of whether he interrupts you or not. It's a do or die thing. If you don't have posture on this next sentence, you are doomed. So you go, listen, John, I'm an entrepreneur. I love working with super sharp people. We are expanding in the Ottawa area, and I got one simple question for you. And you don't stop. You keep going. You got to do this all by heart, or read it and get used to making it sound normal. Thank you, Todd Falcone, by the way, for this following line. Do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing? That's it. Then you wait. I don't have the shakes. This thing's loose. So let's go over that again. You go, I found you here on Google, listed as a realtor in the Ottawa area. Is that still the case? And he goes, yeah, as a matter of fact it is, or yeah. He's going to respond with something. Sometimes it's like, are you looking for a property in the area? It's always along those lines, because they do think you're a customer. Then you got to go, listen, John, I'm an entrepreneur. I love working with super sharp people. We are expanding in the Ottawa area, and I got one simple question for you, and that is, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing in the real estate profession? I don't even say real estate profession anymore. So you guys got those words, right? They have to be word for word, and this part is from Todd Falcone. Do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing? Word for word. It'll become very natural once you do it a couple of hundred times, okay? Now, here's what's going to happen. John's going to give you one of three answers. There is only three possible answers, aside from the F-bomb, but that would count as a no. So it would be no, yes, I got the snifflies, please don't mind me, guys. It'll be no, it'll be, of course I want to make more money. Who doesn't? That happens more often than you would think, if you've got posture. And the number three is probably the most common one. It is, well, it depends on what it is. What is it? It depends. So you have those three options. If they say no, hang up and do one of these again. You're going to get used to doing that. Next. You got to work those numbers. I think we have 17,000 realtors in my province or city. It's ridiculous. They're endless. You'll never go through them all. So you work those numbers. If they say no, I move on. I don't book a follow-up. I don't do any of that. If they say yes, well then that's a good one. Of course I do. Who doesn't? If they say it depends on what it is, you got a double posture here. This is where a lot of people can't get it. Takes a while to get this. You go, listen, John, I know your time is valuable and so is mine. Then you have to ask it again. Listen, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing? Yes or no? Sounds pretty brutal, but don't you worry, guys. These realtors, they're sharp, they're very, they can take it. A lot of them will actually respect it. And then they'll say, well, fine, no, click. Fine. Another one of these. If they say, okay, yeah, what do you got? What is it? And then you just, from this point, let me get, usually I roll with the script. Haven't done it in a while. We're going to crack it open today. So yeah, I'll keep your options open in terms of making, okay. So here you go. If I were to send you a quick video, when do you think you could take a look? Now there's a nuance here. There's a very specific wording here. You go, if I were to send you a quick video, a short video, do I say short or quick? It's on my script. I haven't done it in a while. but I'm going to roll that off like that. If I were to send you a short video, when do you think you could take a look? Don't say, if I were to send you a short video, actually I say that explains everything. If I sent you a short video that explains everything, when do you think you could take a look? When do you think you could take a look? Don't say, can you take a look? Don't give them much of an option. They're big boys and big girls. They can take it. When do you think you can take a look? Now here we go. This is where you always got to be in posture. You always got to be confident on these calls. And then if they say, well, when I have time, once again, listen, John, I just told you, or if you told them or not, it depends. But you say your time is, you know their time is valuable, and you got to say, so is mine. When do you think you could take a look, John? If you don't have posture in this whole call, you're doomed. They're going to smell your fear. If you act like they're lucky that you're calling them and considering them, I even throw in, I got on my script, it says, I'm about to hop on the phone with another Ottawa realtor. Timing is crucial here, John. I do that. It sounds cheesy, but look, I've done this so many times. This stuff works. And then he will either say, okay, forget about it. That happens too. You're just too much. Guess what you do if they do that? That's right. Next, play those numbers. And then if they say, okay, I'll take a look. And then when do you think you could take a look? If they give you the time, now here's where Eric Worre's training came in. If they give you the time, never say, well, let me know when you saw it and call me when you've seen it. Never do that. You need to book that follow-up call, or it's not going to work. All of that effort will not work, and you're going to think the script doesn't work. So you say, if I call you tomorrow at 2 p.m., if that's what he says, you book that time right there. You got your pen. You're booking that time. You say, if he says, I can see it today. So if I were to call you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, well, don't say Eastern time if it's in your city. If I were to call you tomorrow at 2 p.m., you'll have seen the video for sure, right, John? And he'll say yes. He usually, well, I'll try. Listen, John, just hang on to your posture. You'll get used to going a bit with the flow at those shady areas. Then you're still not done. You're still not done. So he says, you booked the time, you did a double follow-up. Yeah, you are done after this. I'm going to go through it again because I usually don't narrate it as I do it. I'm going to do it all at once at the end. But at the end, then you got to hang up. You got to just hang up even if they ask you a lot of questions. So let me go through the whole thing because I'm about to do them. Friday's the best day for this. Hey, John, Marc Lalonde, how's your Friday going, bud? Okay, let me get in my zone here. It's kind of weird on the live because you guys see me. They don't see me on the phone. Come on, Mark, get in your cold call roll. Get in your cold call roll. Hey, John, Marc Lalonde, how's your Friday going, bro? Good. Listen, John, I saw you listed here in Google as a realtor in the Ottawa area. Is that still the case? Well, as a matter of fact, it is. Why? Are you looking for a property? Again, Todd Falcone. I won't narrate. Listen, John, I'm an entrepreneur. I love working with super sharp people. We're expanding in the Ottawa area. And I got one simple question for you, John. And that is, I don't usually say, and that is, do you keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing? Yeah, sure I do. Of course I do. Who doesn't? Okay, John, if I were to send you a super short video that explains everything, when do you think you could take a look? When I have time. Listen, John, I know your time is valuable, so is mine. When do you think you could take a look at this video? For sure. Fine, I could look at it later today. Okay, so if I call you tomorrow at 2 p.m., John, you'll have seen the video. For sure, right? I'm going to do my best. No, John, I need you to please confirm a time. I'm as busy as you are. Believe me, we are expanding as we speak. I have another Ottawa realtor that I'm about to get on the line with. If I call you at 2 p.m., John, please, will you have seen the video? Okay, fine, I will. Okay, so John, I'm going to call you at this number, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then if he goes, just one more. Okay, John, I got to go. I got to make another call. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hang up the phone. If you guys do that 100 times a day, which is very easy to do, don't get that twisted. If you guys do that 100 times a day with whatever you got, we didn't talk about any product. We basically didn't talk about anything. You do not want to talk about anything. You want to send them a video and follow up. We may get into the follow-up call later, but here's the way I roll with that. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. If they're not there when you call, don't waste your time. Work them numbers, and you will hit a 7-figure income in a very short amount of time if you continue to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because realtors know realtors. Realtors, they're a whole family. They sell homes for a living, and they're going to talk amongst each other. They're going to talk to the other realtors they know. They're going to crush it. You won't even have to train them. You send them to your training, you plug them in, send them to your company, and a lot of these realtors don't even know much about this industry because nobody was able to get the video in front of them. That's your job. If you can get them to look at that video, it's going to open their eyes. Some of them, they're going to be like, I heard about this, but it was just someone trying to make me watch it. You can't make them watch it. You got to use skill, and that was skill. So I hope that helps. Hey, Ian, what's up, buddy? You like the rain? You like the rain? Beautiful weather, huh? No, I think it's too warm for freezing rain. But it's coming. Have a good Friday, bud. So guys, there you go. This is a live that's worth rewinding. And again, I got to give props to Todd Falcone, Eric Worre, Jordan Belfort for the tonality, and Grant Cardone for the posture. So Todd Falcone for the heart of that initial script, Eric Worre for the multiple step follow-up, Jordan Belfort for the tonality, and of course Grant Cardone for that posture. So guys, I hope that comes in handy, and I'm going to tell you, it's not going to work at the beginning. And it's not because the script doesn't work, it's because you need to keep doing it to get good at it. It's exactly like swinging a golf club. You know how to swing a golf club in the beginning. Teacher teaches you. He's helping you, but there's no book that could teach you to swing a golf club properly. You have to do it, suck at it. You'll get a little bit better, then a little bit better, then better and better. Then you're gonna flow. You'll be closing these realtors like this. Boom, boom, boom. Have an awesome Friday, guys. And I gotta get to work, y'all. It's getting a little chilly out here. Bye-bye now.